Bryce Harper cussed out Rob Manfred in a meeting. Now, you're probably wondering what the heck happened here. So Rob Manfred was in the Phillies clubhouse the other day, and they were talking about salary cap, which baseball is one of the very few that does not have a salary cap in its sport, and they're just allowed to like freely spend money. The only thing they have is a luxury tax. That's the only thing, and most owners, the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Cubs, the Phillies, they're going to spend the money because they're big market. So they're willing to spend that money, and they'll pay. The luxury tax was put in years ago to give the smaller teams money to be competitive from the larger teams. So that's why they put it in. But this has been a massive issue. So the collective bargaining agreement is up on December 1st, 2026. And they got to figure out something. And for Rob to come into the clubhouse to Bryce Harper, who's been a big name since he's been 19 years old, coming up out of the national system, and to basically say, well, we want to put a salary cap. Well, Bryce Harper turned to Rob Manfred, basically nose to nose, and said, get the F out of our clubhouse. Now, that I told you before we started, that's the first time I've heard a big name player tell Rob Manfred where to go in these very public CBA negotiations. And to be very clear, I think that we're heading for a lockout in Major League Baseball, because Major League Baseball and the owners want a salary cap, and the owners will the Players Association will never agree to it. So from a perspective of not necessarily a baseball fan, what do you see in this?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does make sense, because why would the players want to agree with this? I mean, you're talking about a guy who, in Bryce Harper, who was this generational player who was one of these guys who hit free agency and got a big deal. And ironically, the team that he left, the Washington Nationals, won a championship without him. And then the team he goes to haven't had the success and hasn't won a championship. So it goes to show you maybe not buying these players is always going to work out in the best interest for you. But like you said, there's no way that this will probably ever be implemented, because the high market teams like the Yankees and others and the Dodgers, they're never going to want a salary cap, because they're going to keep wanting to win the way that they're winning, because why change it? And the players are never going to change it, because that means less contracts and less money for them.